Testing, testing, one, two, three. All right, good. We are live. So we're going to be starting up in about a good 5 minutes. So I'm about to get ready to hit my intro two tracks. And then after that, we can start our session.
Llegó el curandero, el que le gusta romper los cueros, el que le gusta meterse donde quiera, ahí sin miedo. Estaba ciego y ahora veo, y ahora te digo claro, no hay nada de juego. Cógelo con take it, and let me see you shake it. That's what we call sacude. Letting go that fake shit.
All right, everyone. Good afternoon to all. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. This is another transition series, reveal and mini mix. I happen to be Househead Speaks. I am a DJ, also content creator and designer. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing one of my designs, and since this is the subject we're going to be discussing today, I decided to wear my Latin House t-shirt. But you can find these and all my other merch if you go to my TeePublic. You go to tpublic.com/Househead Speaks, and you'll be able to purchase these and my other designs that I have there. So, enough of that. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm excited about this one because first off, yeah, this is a Sunday. I usually do these every third Saturday, but since I have a prior engagement, which means I'm going to be playing on that day, and just found out I'm going to be doing two raid trains on that particular Saturday. I figured to do this now, and also since Juneteenth is on the 19th of which is this coming Wednesday, I thought I will make this and this is perfect. I'll make this a pre uh, Juneteenth transitions because we're gonna be dabbling on Afro and Latin House. Now, for those who have heard me play, see me play, you know that these are my favorite genres. Been my favorite genres since I started even listening to house music, and especially Latin house. Latin house has always had a special place within my heart because I got into house music by associating with a plethora of Latin style DJs. Now, most of the DJs back in those days was playing a lot of freestyle, but he also was playing house as well. And then as I learned how to DJ, I discovered a good number of producers who also play the Latin house style as well as the Afro house style. So we're going to combine the two. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do my usual. I'm going to show you how I transition from from one track to the next track by the two genres. We're gonna do Afro, and then we're gonna do Latin, and then we're probably gonna do that for maybe a couple times, maybe three times, depending on the time restraint. I want to try to keep this strictly an hour, and then once the mini mix come, instead of me doing 3 tracks involving Afro house and 3 tracks involving Latin house, I'm gonna combine the two. That means I'm gonna play a Afro track and a Latin track, and that's how I'm gonna do my 6-track mini mix. So look out for those. Now, what you heard in the beginning was an Afro track by Mano, who's one of my favorite, my God, favorite producers involving Afro House. I mean, anytime this man comes out with something new, I purchase it right off the rip. And so this one is called Cosmosom X, one of my favorite tracks to play. Like I said, I play this track religiously. I don't care if everybody thinks that I overkill it or not. This is just a fun track to play. And then I mixed that one in with a Kasude. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for all my Latino and Latina people out there. By Tony Touch and Mano. Now this is the Mano Latino remix. Now Tony Touch has done other productions regarding this particular track, but I love playing this one, especially with the Cosmo. It's one of my favorite Calmo mixes to play. So, and they go so well together because you got that African tribal vibe going on with Cosmo, and then you blend that in with that smooth, beautiful Latin sound. It's just crazy, and I just love it. I enjoy playing it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw another combo track regarding Latin and Afro. Excuse me. It's a Sunday, and this time we're gonna go with one of my other favorite producers, and we're talking about the man himself, the Shelter King, New York's finest, Timmy Redishford. So the one I usually play for this one, and I usually combo these together, is one of my other favorite tracks, which is 7 p.m. This is another track that I comboed a great deal. So there's 3 versions of it. I usually play the latter of the 2. One of the version is an extended mix, which is 9 minutes, over 9 minutes long. But the other one, which is the TRTW mix, now that baby is over 13 minutes long. Now I'm not gonna play the whole thing, and of course because of YouTube reasons. So what I am gonna do, I'm gonna play a small portion of it, and when I play that, I am going to blend that in with another track that I usually use from Timmy Register, and it's called Free. Free, the Afro Latin extended mix. And this is from Timmy Register and also Mark Francis. This is their edit. I There's other versions of this track as well. This is my favorite track to play. As a matter of fact, I have not bought the other versions of Free. I heard other DJs play it, but and I enjoy it when they play it. But usually, sometimes when you're a DJ and you love a particular track and sound, and the way and the way you make, and the way it flows with your blends, you kind of stick to that. You'll probably buy other versions of it, but if you find a particular two combo tracks for you that that's gonna blend extremely well, those are the ones you're gonna stick to. So these are my two tracks that I stick to it. Of course, I'm gonna go to 125 BPM because that's how I usually play my Afro and my Latin. Sometimes I'll go 126 if I feel a little frisky, but for the most part, I always do 125. I try to stay within that realm. So now, like I said, because of YouTube, and YouTube gets funny, I'm gonna play a small portion of it, and then I'm gonna blend in the Free. I'm not going to play a whole thing. There's a couple sections. Like I said, I practice this a lot. So there's a section off of 7 p.m. which indicates me to bring in the Free. So let me lower my mic and let's get started. Now you see how I did that. Like I said, there was a certain part to the 7 p.m. track that I pretty much know. So once I heard that particular part, I know when to drop the free track on the one, and then I just go through my motions, slowly bring in the second track in, you know, put the low to 9 p.m., then just keep bringing it in and let it blend on in. It's like that. Then I start working on the highs and mids, so that harmony of both of those tracks can shine through. And then at a certain time when I'm ready to go ahead, I will kill the low, but it's been times where I'll just go ahead and let that low stay at 9 p.m. and I bring it up. But like I said, for YouTube purposes, I decided to go ahead and kill the mid and then bring the top fader down for the first track, and then let that second track play. And then as you was hearing what I was doing on a certain beat, usually since you know that most house tracks are 4x4 beat, so when you want to do a little effect, you always do it on that one beat. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then you go doom 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 doom, and then you boom, you kill the low, and then you bring it back up. That's another. That's one of my favorite tricks to do. I mean, it was at first when I tried to learn it, it was not as easy as I thought. Of course, when you see other DJs doing, because they've been doing it for a very long time and it looks flawless. But when you trying to practice on yourself, you wonder how they get it, so like that. But with 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 continuous practicing and just keep trying it, now I pretty much know how to get that. So now we're gonna go to another producer, and this one I recently discovered, like almost a year ago. I would say about a couple of years ago, and I didn't realize how good this producer was until I heard the first track of his, and I was blown away. I'm talking about Saliva Commandos. He's also from New York. You're gonna notice that when it comes to my Latin and my Afro house tracks, I always tend to draw myself to New York DJs because and this is my opinion, so I hope no one else get upset when I'm about to say this. I in my opinion, New York DJs know how to play Afro and Latin house. They know how to play it, and they dang sure know how to produce it, because the sound combination that they have when they produce these two particular genres is just fascinating. I'm always in awe when it comes to those two. So I'm gonna choose. Since Saliva does both Afro and Latin, I'm gonna choose an Afro and Latin track from the same producer. So the first one I'm gonna choose is called "Cool Babe." It's it's the Afro track, and then okay, let me see. I'm gonna play one that I haven't played for a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Let me see. Up, 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 up. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. We'll play this one. Okay, the second one. Ooh, no, I don't think I want to do that one. The second one is called Temerisoto. It's from the Luo Garmanchia remix. I hope I'm not butchering this one. I'll spell the name. The name is spelled Luyo. Last name is spelled Guaracha. So I hope I'm not butchering that. So, like I said, once again, I'm gonna set these both up at 125 BPM. Okay. Now, like I said, this is from the same producer, but the first track is Afro House, and the second track is Latin track. It's a Latin house track. So I'm going to lower my mic, and here we go. Now, the way I did this one was kind of good. I had to this one I did kill the low when I was bringing the second track. Also, I brought the second track in a little sooner than usual, and sometimes I will do that just to make sure that one, that the intro, because some intros there's no melody, no music. Other intros you have the melody and the beats right off the bat. And when it comes to the Tamaroso, that was the case. It already had the beats and the melodies with their intro, so I had to make sure that that track alone, that definitely would blend well with the Cool Babe, and it did. And I also like that part on Cool Babe said, I don't know if it's right. I like that because it came in so perfectly with that Latin sound that Tomomoso had. So that's the one thing, that's the key ingredients which you have to look out for when it comes to certain tracks. You have to, that's why it's important to drop it on the one, on the second track at the right time. Because if it's done at the right time, then the melody flows freely. If it's done at either a second early or a second later, then you don't get that flow. That's important. So those are the, so as you heard, I went through a couple producers when it comes to that. Let me see. Now I am going to use another producer, and man, he's like the second producer when I started DJing, when I started listening to a lot of Afro and Latin tracks. Now, and we're talking about David Morales. Now, I don't think he plays or produces so many uh, Latin tracks, but I know he do produces some. As a matter of fact, I see a I see one that he actually did produce that has he did a EP that has both Afro and one Latin track. So we're gonna see how that's gonna work. So we're gonna go ahead and use those. Like I said, this is from David Morales. He's also a New York style DJ. Yeah, I know it's a pattern. Yep, I know. I know. I'm from Chicago. Yes, I know. You know, but just I just have a certain love for New York style DJs. It's because I think the way they present their style of production is just so amazing, and you can't help yourself. You know, especially when you have legends like Louis Vega and David Morales and Timmy Register, you know, and Doug Gomez. I mean, these are like the creme of the creme when it comes to this particular genre. So you can't help yourself. You just can't do it. So we're gonna go ahead and so the first track I'm gonna play is called House, and it's spelled House, and it has periods, you know, in the middle of it. And it's from Dave Morales' Parkside EP. This is an older one, but that's okay because I don't play this one that much. So I'm gonna share this with you today. Good. Cool. I still got some good time. Okay. Now, the second track is called Saliso. I hope I'm saying that right. I'll spell it. It's Salsito. Excuse the ambulance. I mean, I live where I live is close to a busy street, so you will hear ambulances from time to time. Gotta wet my whistle here. Okay, so we're gonna lower the volume on the mic, and we're gonna get going. Now, if you heard the effects on the end, what I did with those effects is I set my effects as echo on the FX, and then I always put it at 1. Some people put it at half, so I put it at 1. And then what I did was I combined raising up the effect with turning the color effects knob counterclockwise. Yeah, I think I'm saying that. No, clockwise. I'm sorry, clockwise. I don't do too much of it because sometimes if you put too much on the color, if you turn it like, a certain way, that effect, that echo will echo out and it'll be like, but it won't get that beat sound that you're looking for. So when you're using effects, you gotta be careful how to use it and don't use too much of it, because I done heard DJs when they use effects all the time. To me, it's overkill, and the reason why I say that is because you're not getting to because for a good chunk of times you really don't need that much effects if the tracks are created well. I mean, I don't use effects on that much on any of my sets, and when I do use effects, I use it sporadically because I was taught by DJs, don't use effects all the time because it can be an overkill and it can kill, the moment and the rhythm of the crowd and the dance floor and the music. So you don't want to do that, especially if you're playing live. I figure if you're playing live, either out there, outside with the in front of people, or even on a platform like Twitch, you got to be mindful of those things. So those were the two tracks that I played for David Morales, from David Morales. Now I'm going to go to one of my Afro session. Let's see. I'm going to see what I'm going to play here. As you can, okay. Let's see. I haven't played this track in a while, so okay, cool. Okay, the first track I'm gonna play is called Raw Uncut. This is a classic Louis Vega remix, and it's by Amflo, Kofi, and of course the maestro himself, Louis Vega. So I'm going to play this, and this is my Afro track, and I'm gonna mix it with one of my discovered tracks that I love playing now, because the words of it. Sure, I gotta type this up so I can find it. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if this is the right one, because I know it's two of these. Yeah, I'm gonna play this one. Okay, so that's the vocal mix. Okay, so I'm gonna be playing pretty much two vocals. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure one of them is a vocal and the other one is an instrumental, because I don't want to clash the vocals, and especially when it comes to the Afro Latino one. The vocals is so powerful, and you definitely want the essence of it, and you definitely don't want to clash it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the raw uncut, and I'm gonna play the instrumental version of it, and then I'm going to play the Afro Latina. This is the vocal mix, and this is by Ethan Guerrero. So, like I said, I'm gonna set these up at okay, 125 BPM. Okay, like I said, the first track I'm gonna play is Raw Uncut. The second one I'm gonna play is the Afro Latina. So I'm gonna turn off my mic and let's get into it.
Abuela and Mangu, much preferring Happy Meals and Big Macs. Straightening my hair in imitation of Barbie, I was embarrassed by my grandmother's colorful skirts and my mother's Ebroki Ingli, which cracked my pride when she spoke.
Yes, yes. I love that track. Now, unfortunately, I can't play the whole thing, but if you listen to her words, she's pretty much expressing, at first she wasn't proud to be a Latin, Afro Latina, but as she learned from, her mom, her great grandma, and those who came before her, telling her the significance and the importance of her heritage, both Latin and also Afro. That's what made her think and be more appreciated from where she come from. And the one thing I love playing that track is because since this segment is about Afro and Latin house, well, you got a woman who's speaking about two of two parts of her that is so significant and so important. That's why I enjoy playing this track. Now there's another version that I have from this track, different beats, the whole nine, but for some reason I was looking for that track and I accidentally saw this one, and then when I played I'm like, oh my goodness, this have that real Latin feel that you want. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play this one, and I've been playing it ever since. So that's what happens when you have so many gems and jewels in your library. For some reason you don't know how much of it you do have, and then once you start playing it, you're like, wow, I do have this. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to play. I think I got time for one more. So we're gonna play one more Afro and Latin combo, and this time I'm going to combo it. So the first one I'm gonna play is by Manu again. It's called BSC. It's the Robota remixes. And it's also, believe it or not, I apologize. This is not by Mono. This is actually by Louis Vega. It's Louis Vega, Argu Munster, and Abu Duba. It's their remix. So cool. I'm going to play this particular one, and then I'm going to search for a Latin track that will go with this one, or make sure I have a Latin track that goes with this one. Let me see. Okay, let's try this one. Let's see how that goes. Now, usually my transitions is not pre-planned. I don't pre-plan none of these tracks whatsoever. I go by what tracks that I have played before versus what tracks that I haven't played in a long time. So if there's a little hiccup, I apologize right off the bat. So the second track is called Mama Chula, and it's by Ray MD and Carlos Castro. And I love a good number of his Latin tracks as well. I gotta buy more of his. So we're going to turn down the volume of the mic and let's get to it. as you can hear, as you can hear, both tracks have that similar slow, smooth rhythm. So when I was blending them, it was hard to differentiate between the Afro track and the Latin track. And you're gonna find that you're gonna find those similarities more so more often than not. It's just the way, every producer produced differently. And most producers got their inspiration from producers and DJs that they look up to. So it won't it's not a hit or miss when you know that a producer has adapted his style, his or her style. Gotta make sure I be correct. His or her style with a producer that they admire until they get, until they do it long enough to create their own signature style. And that's the same with DJs. So now we're going to go ahead and excuse me, we're going to go ahead and get ready for the mix. So we're gonna get ready for the mini mix right now. I'm going to, you know what? I think I'm gonna start with David Morales mini mix. I'm gonna start with David Morales, and I'm gonna do one of my favorite tracks from him, and it's called India. And the reason why I love this track so much, it has that Middle Eastern flair, and it's so unique. I mean, when I first bought this particular track and played it, everyone who heard it has gave me nothing but compliments of it. And that's the power when you are that good and been in the game for that long. And I know cats like Dave Morales and Louis Vega and Timmy Register, these are like the OGs, in my opinion, when it comes to Afro House and also Latin House. Now, I know Louis Vega don't play as much Latin House as he's used to. And I know he don't play that much Afro, but the Afro stuff that I have of his is amazing. Now, both like Manu and Timmy and stuff like that, they do still dabble in, their strong points they know is Afro, and they also do some Latin here and there. So, but like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and start my my six track mini mix. As I said before, it's gonna be an Afro and Latin, and we're gonna do it that way until I play all six. So let me get started. So let me lower this down, and let's get to it.
mal y quiero gritar, apaga la luz. Right in here, apaga la luz. Apaga
gravity is, right? That force that keeps our 2 feet face, back, ass, ears, knees on the ground. Something like a God-made magnet. Scientists say if you jump, gravity is what pulls you down, 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 down. Keeps you falling. Keeps you from flying. Unless you got an engine or wings. Now I say, there's other ways to jump and stay.
All right. I hope everyone enjoyed that mini mix. Um, whew. I hope everybody got something out of this, and I hope you guys are still, especially my young and upcoming DJs, you still keep on with your practice. Make sure you know your fundamentals, and just have a good time doing this, because this is fun. This is fun for me. I mean, personally, I don't do this for a living. I don't. I DJ is not my full time gig. This is an actual hobby of mine, and but it's still my labor of love, and I still want to show all the upcoming and new DJs out there how I do things when it comes to mixing and track selection, stuff like that. And that's why I'm doing transitions series, just to give you a glimpse on how I present my mixes out to the masses, and gives you a blueprint on how you should go by doing. Now, nothing is etched in stone, because every DJ has their own signature style. And once you guys get, and gals get, familiar with, doing the fundamentals and things of that nature, you too will create your own signature style. Now, before I go, I will be amiss not to let people know of what I got going on in the upcoming weeks, especially for this month. So, if you are in the Chicago area, Chicago Meetup 2024 starts Saturday and it goes on till Sunday. That's Saturday, June 29th to Sunday, June 30th. These are the DJs are going to be performing at two different areas. I happen to be one of the DJs that's going to be playing. In fact, I will be playing for Slamming Saturdays at Studio 63. I'm joined by these other DJs that you see right here on this lineup. If you need the address, if you're in Chicago, it's 6249 South Archer in Summit. That's just a little small pocket suburb here in Chicago. So if you're interested and want to see me live, or you just want to meet all the DJs that you know from the Twitch world and things of that nature, just stop on in. We'll be glad to have you. Now, also that Sunday, Chicago Meetup will continue, Sunday Fun Day, which will be at West 55th Bar, and it's going to be at a patio. It's a beautiful. I've been there a few times. It's a beautiful patio, plenty of room to sit, plenty of seating room. It's outdoors, so you can enjoy the outdoors while listening to some good music, and you also can get your dance on if you want to. It's a good vibe, and we will glad to have you there. The DJs right there that's on the flyer is actually on that lineup. And you can also see all these. I'll be posting up on my socials like IG, Facebook, um, Twitter, and also I'm sorry. Ugh. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank here. So those are the socials that I'll be posting. My also my Facebook group page, as well my House That Speaks page. I will be posting these on there, so you can go ahead and check it out. You can also check me out here on YouTube where I do my Monday night rants. That's every other Friday from 7 p.m. Central Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, unfortunately, since I have prior engagement that's going on for the rest of the month of June, my next Monday night rant won't be until the first Monday of July. But I will make sure I have the information. I'll post everything up on my usual socials. Also, please visit my YouTube community page where I post all my Monday night rant and my transitions when I'm getting ready to start. So I hope this is all the information I have. I also, please make sure you follow me here. Excuse me. Make sure you follow me here on YouTube, and also follow me on Twitch, and also all my other socials on the House That Speaks. I will be doing some raid trains. I got raid trains that's coming up on Twitch. As a matter of fact, I have one that's coming up. If I'm not mistaken, there's one this Monday. I know I have one this this Wednesday for Juneteenth, but I'm gonna be playing a different genre of music in there. But also, one of our DJ and producers, he used to live in Chicago. Now he's from LA. His name is Scott Ducey. He's gonna be celebrating his 1K Twitch following anniversary, and that starts on the 20th. I will be playing a set on that Saturday, which is the 22nd, and I also will be playing for the community that I'm a part, which is under House Masters. That's Global DJ Beats. I will be playing a 2-hour set there on Twitch. So just follow my Twitch. This is twitch.tv under House That Speaks. So you can follow that, and just subscribe, share, subscribe here, and if you know an upcoming new DJ or an established DJ that will be interested in any of these tips and tricks, and so to speak, like transitions, or want to get information like my Monday Night Ride, please make sure you bring them here to YouTube. I will appreciate that. So until then, this is House That Speaks. I'm signing off. So hopefully everybody have a great week, a great day. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's a Sunday. It's not my usual Saturday, so I can't say enjoy the rest of the weekend, but make sure you have a great Sunday. And I am signing off. Peace.